Hello again, this is Dr. Lindsay. In this video, what we're going to do is go over the practice handout on Monopoly. And in this case, we've got a broom company again, but they've got a monopoly. No one else can sell brooms. The king has said nobody else can sell brooms but them. Now, the total cost, marginal cost, average cost, this has all been calculated in the handout, the practice handout on production costs. So we don't have to calculate those again. The difference here is the price of brooms isn't given. Now the price of brooms can be set by the monopolist. And that demand curve for brooms is the monopolist's demand curve. So I've made the demand curve here to show you how much people will buy at different prices. Price of $25, they're not going to buy anything, but at a price of $3, they'll buy 155 brooms. So the first thing we're going to do is fill out the total revenue curve here. And total revenue is the price times quantity. So we'll just multiply them together and we get 0, 400, 750, 990, 1080, 1120, 750, and 465. And notice once again, the total revenue goes up, but then it starts to come down as we produce more, because the more we produce, the more we have to drop the price. Now let's fill out the marginal revenue and profit. We can do profit right away because all we need is total revenue and total cost to get profit. So we have minus 100, minus 200, 100, 350, 490, 480, 420, negative 50, and negative 435. So we can see here where the profit maximizing place is going to be. It's going to be right here, producing a quantity of 90 and charging a price of $11 per broom. And then our profit will be $490. Now let's calculate the marginal revenue. Marginal revenue, remember, is the change in total revenue divided by the change in quantity. So at a quantity of 20, we will have 400 divided by 20, which is 20. And then 350 divided by 30, which is 11.66. 240 divided by 40 is 6. 90 divided by 30 is 3. 40 divided by 20 is 2. Negative 370 over 10 is negative 37. And 285 over 5 is negative 57. Now remember, the optimal quantity to produce for the monopolist is where marginal revenue equals marginal cost. So in an output of 20, the marginal revenue is 20, costs are 5. We'll make money doing that. Let's go up to 50. Marginal revenue is 11.66. Marginal cost is 3. That's profitable. That'll increase profit. Go up to 90. Marginal revenue is still greater than marginal cost. And then at 120, we can see the marginal revenue is only $3, but the marginal cost is 3.3. So we don't want to produce 120. We're going to stop there at 90 in this case. We're going to stop here where marginal revenue is greater than marginal cost because we don't want to go past that. We want to go right up to the point where marginal revenue equals marginal cost and not anymore. Now, the quantity that maximizes profit, what is the average cost of producing a broom? Well, it's $5.55. And we're going to make 90 brooms. So the total cost is $500. What price will a monopolist charge for a broom? $11 is the most they can get if a quantity of 90 is produced. Draw the demand curve and marginal revenue curve. Show the optimal quantity and the optimal price to charge for a broom. Okay, so drawing the curve is going to look something like this. Get a demand curve, the marginal revenue curve that is below it. And the monopolist is going to produce where the marginal revenue equals marginal cost, right here at around 90. And they're going to charge a price, go up here to the demand curve and charge the price, which is around 11, and that'll give us a total revenue. Then, if we want to know the total cost at that quantity, we'll go up to the average total cost curve, which was about 5.5. And so our costs are going to be this area here in black. The total revenue is going to be this rectangle here in red. And then that would leave the profit as to being this area here in green. Okay, now in the last question, it says, how does the quantity, the optimal quantity that maximizes profit, differ from the monopolist and the firm that's in perfect competition? And how does that price that the monopolist charges compare to the long run price under perfect competition? So what I can tell you here is the price of the monopolist is going to be higher than under perfect competition. And the quantity is going to be less than under perfect competition. Now, under perfect competition, the long run price is going to be the price here, the minimum of the average total cost curve, where there's no profit. And the quantity would be there. So you can see here that the price is going to be right here, where there's zero profit being made. But for a monopolist, they're going to produce right here, where marginal cost equals marginal revenue at this quantity, which is less than the perfectly competitive output. And then they're going to go up here somewhere where the demand curve comes down and set the price here, higher than the perfectly competitive price. So the price of the monopolist ends up higher than the price under perfect competition. And the quantity produced by the monopolist is less than the quantity produced under perfect competition.